So I just want to thank you for being here with us today. It was fantastic to meet you at the trade show last year. I was so excited. I'm like, yay, somebody who's taken my course that I can actually meet in person. So that was really exciting. And today we're here to celebrate the alumni. So this is our alumni spotlight, and it's to give you guys a chance to introduce yourself to the world. At the end, I'm going to give you the opportunity to share all of your contact details. So any clients who are in a radius of you can find you to come and visit you. I know that you've gotten a lot of clients so far from being on the map, but this will just give you a better opportunity to be available for people to find you. We want to celebrate your victories. We want to hear about your progress. We want to hear about all of the fantastic things that have happened since you took the course. So I want to start with you introducing yourself, and I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how long have you been doing nails, stuff like that.
Well, my name's Tracy, and I have been an esthetician actually for 17 years. I got into doing nails only 1 year ago because of the mask mandate in my state and trying to keep my business alive. So I started school in June and tested and was awarded my nail technician license a year ago last October. So jumped right in. I had to find something that I could do if people had to wear a mask, because obviously facials were not happening for quite some time. So
Right. So are you happy that you did it?
I'm very happy that I did it. I think because I'm an esthetician, I just come at things with a different set of eyes, and it has just been amazing and very busy.
Yeah, I know that estheticians are so detailed oriented, and I've seen some of your before and after photos on the private group. And I have to say that your work is phenomenal. So it speaks volumes for itself, and especially having your license for 1 year, but just being in a salon, and it's almost like you absorb things to easier because you have the experience and the background in other areas, but your talent just speaks for itself. So I'm really happy to have you as part of the Global Meticulous Manicurist Network. I mean, I have no issues saying this is who you need to go and see, because she is phenomenal. So I also would like to know, what do you think in the nail industry, just being in it for a year, what have you seen is the reason why clients are finding you? What's the biggest need that the industry isn't meeting, but you're providing a solution for their issue?
Well, I think you led the way on that by giving extremely detailed pedicures and showing the world that there is another way. You don't have to go to every discount salon on every corner and have subpar treatment. I mean, you're changing everything, and they're finding me because of you. But what's good is I was already very detailed and knew that there was a problem in the nail industry already. So I couldn't see doing it any other way. My instructor in school kind of said, hurry up, and it didn't feel right to me. And I
Right.
remember when my employee that does skincare with me, she said, maybe you're not supposed to hurry. So I found my home with your training, and
Right.
it's exactly the way I wanted to do it. And now I have permission to do it.
Fantastic. So let's talk about what keeps your heart charged. Like when you get up in the morning and you're looking forward to come to work, what is your passion to come into the salon and to take care of your clients?
I think for me, especially when it comes to nails, is seeing how it started for me and how I've gotten better and better and better. And every day I'm learning something else, and just that improvement factor, because I remember I wanted to throw all polish bottles out the window and never touch a bottle of red polish again. But I've
Right.
just gotten better. And even with treating troubled toes and seeing the progress as they come in, and I take before and after pictures, and I always send it to the clients after I'm done, and you can see such a difference. And I think it's just making them happy and letting them know that this is a safe environment. I have a small room. It's me and them. There's no one else in here. That makes me happy. Always doing something that no one else is doing makes me happy, but being that safe place for people to go.
So what's your most in-demand service right now? Has it shifted from facials to pedicures, or are you still doing more facials than pedicures? Because what's your mask mandate like now? Do you still have to do that?
There's no more mask mandate. I
Okay.
believe this month, dollars wise, I'm probably 50-50 with facials and pedicures, but pedicures obviously don't cost as much as facials. So volume wise, I'm definitely doing more pedicures.
Well, that's great to hear, because had you not been doing that, then your
Right.
revenue stream would have really been depressed. So I'm happy
Yes.
to hear that it all balanced everything out in the long run. So can you tell our audience about your experience with taking the Meticulous Manicurist certification? What was your most eye-opening thing that you learned?
Let's see. When I got into nails, which hasn't been that long, I was seeing a lot of things that I knew I could know more about certain conditions. So for me, that was very helpful. And knowing that I can always go back into the course and listen to the videos again if I've forgotten something.
Right.
I think it was definitely the different forms, I guess you could say, of toenail fungus and
Right.
how they look different. And I don't want to spill the beans for the people who haven't taken
I
the
know.
course, but
I know.
I think it's an excellent resource. And I actually got the course done probably just under a week.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
I mean, I'm kind of a go-getter when it comes to getting things done, and I had a goal in mind. I wanted to have the course done by the time I met you in Gatlinburg, which I had no problem meeting that goal.
That's fantastic, especially since you are working full time. So you would just do a couple of hours at night in the evening throughout the week.
Well, I happen to be off on Tuesday and Thursday, so I just immersed myself to get that training done in that time and
It
listened
just pulls you in too, doesn't it? It's like you don't want to stop watching it because it's
through.
so, you're
Very
like,
true.
what? Okay, so what's your biggest takeaway from the course? Like when you were taking the course, did you see like a light bulb at the end of the tunnel? Like, oh my gosh, this one thing that I learned is really going to see, these are the kinds of things that you have to.
Biggest takeaway for me, I guess, knowing how to price your services. So for me, I kind of have a standard price for someone to come in initially, and then I kind of shoot them off into this direction or that direction, but I start everybody the same. So I think that was very helpful for me and actually giving me the motivation to sit down and figure out how much it costs to be in my business per hour. Because
Right.
running a business there's only one provider here at a time is very expensive. So
Yes.
sitting down and saying, this is how much I use in cottons, and this is how much the materials and supplies and the keep the lights on. That was very helpful for me.
So tell me what you're most proud of this year. Like what transformation have you delivered to a client that just gave you the best feeling of satisfaction and a proud moment? Tell us a story about a client from meeting them to, and I know that we can accomplish a lot just in one visit. So in just one visit, take us on a journey.
I had a new
Oh,
client come. She traveled probably about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to come here. She had never had a pedicure before. She was very nervous. Sometimes they're afraid to show you their toes because feet are kind of personal. And she may have been the most challenging case I'd seen yet. And I didn't know when I
oh,
looked
she
at it
froze.
how I was going to make a difference. But the difference in that one pedicure was huge, and she was so pleased. She's already booked the next couple of pedicures out. So taking somebody who never had a pedicure and kind of changing their life in just one visit, that was awesome.
What has been the best thing that a client has told you at the end of their service that has touched you?
I think if anything, it's the texts that come afterwards, telling me that I've made such a difference, and they're just so happy and they're glad they found me, of course, and hearing that same thing over and over again and knowing that all my hard work for this entire year is paying off to help other people. It's such a gift because I didn't know what I was getting into when I got into nails, but here I am changing so many people.
That's fantastic. How long has it been since you completed the course? When did you sign up?
I signed up in probably the end of May, and I
Okay.
completed the course the first week of June. I started seeing referral clients within 3 weeks.
Okay.
And
So
now I've had about 30 so far, and there's many more that are scheduled. I just haven't seen them yet.
Right. That's a lot of clients for 4 months of after finishing
Yeah.
the course. So that's fantastic. So you were telling us about a client that has touched your heart the most. Something somebody's told you when they, and then you said that it was the text messages that started coming
Yeah.
in after. So what kind of things do they say in their text messages?
They are so happy. They notice the difference in the before and after pictures. They say they're happy they found me. It's just amazing.
And then they are rebooking when they leave because
Most
they've
of them,
never met somebody who
yes,
has provided a pedicure for them like
yeah.
that.
And a lot of them say that they were gonna book a trip to go to Michigan to see you, but I'm a little bit cheaper.
Well, having that network map, there's only one of me. I can't take all of these clients. That's why I created the course, because I was being so inundated with clients, and I have a lot of branches of this business going at the same time. And people don't understand why I still take clients in the salon, but providing service to my client base is my passion. Like, I love to help people too, just like you. But the emails and the phone calls to try to get in and make appointments, I said the only way to provide service to everyone is to multiply me. And if I can't do it in my area by training an apprentice or another employee in my business, which I do have other people in my business to help out with the overflow, but it was still too much. I mean, we were turning away so many people, and I was booking 4 months out in advance, and I was working 11 and 12-hour days. And I'm like, I can't keep doing this because, I have psoriatic arthritis and I have issues in neck fusion, and I don't say no. I just keep going. So creating the course and allowing everybody to absorb all of the knowledge that I have and created a like-minded group of people to do it. I know that you guys can handle all of that, and I want you to have a successful career. A lot of nail techs, when they start working, they're told that the ceiling for a salary is kind of low, but it's really not true. Because if you know how much to charge and how much your services cost you, your break even point, your return on investment, all of that stuff, you can make $100,000 a year or more, depending on if you're selling retail and different stuff like that. So I want you guys to be successful. So I'm always going to send anybody in your area to you. I'm not going to say, oh, you have to come to me. So, but I'm so glad that you're here because your work is phenomenal. I want to ask you just a couple of questions, just in general, about what kind of character traits do you think is important for nail technicians in this business to have?
I think there should be more nail technicians that are extremely detailed. I think a lot of people do it because it's a job and they just get through the steps, but every step matters. And being in a hurry, you're going to miss something. And I think just being extremely detailed. And
Right.
I mean, it's very hard to find somebody to give a good pedicure. If I could get a good pedicure with myself, I would. It's
Me too.
crazy. Everywhere I've gone, they don't polish the way that I think it should be, or they just miss things. So I think
Right.
being extremely detailed. I mean, you can't give somebody passion, they have to have that. It's also important that they are compassionate. You know, feet are hidden, unlike faces. So people aren't as quick to just put their feet out there if they have tools, like fungus issue. So you have to be very compassionate.
Yes. And, some, like you said, some people just they just go through the steps. It's just a job to them. I think it's important that people realize that this is a career. And if they're just in it because they think they can make a couple of extra bucks, then it's not the industry for them, or they need to get some additional education to learn the other side of it. Because when you don't think about money and you actually do what's required, the money just falls into place. You never have to worry about money if you just do the right thing, because when a client leaves disappointed, they aren't going to rebook with you. So those types of nail techs, they're always having to find new people to come in just to fill their chair. But once you satisfy just a couple of dozen clients, they're return, they're always coming back. So you have a full bucket of people and you don't have to keep looking for people to fill your seat. And that is, guaranteed revenue that that you're going to have your salary for that year. So I think it's very important to stay compassionate and passionate and everything else. So, like I said, this is a spotlight for the alumni. And I want to say that I'm very thankful. Not everybody wants to be filmed for the interview. They don't, they're like worried to be on camera or anything like that. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to interview you and for being an action taker for taking the course. A lot of people look at it and they're like, well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to learn. But you said, look, I'm going to do this, and you dove in and it's paid off. So I want you to tell everybody your business name, where you're located. You can mention your phone number, your email, any details that you want people to know about.
My business is called Skintuition Holistic Skincare. I haven't really added nails to the title of that. I'm a little bit confused on how to go about that. Right now, it's kind of like a nice hidden secret. So my business is located about 30 miles south of Washington, D.C. So I do get a lot of clients from Virginia, Maryland, even from Pennsylvania. There isn't really anyone around here that's been trained by you. It's just me at this point. My website is www.radiantskinfromwithin.com. I do have Facebook, of course, and Instagram. I'm not very active on Instagram, but I do have it.
And when you're busy, you don't have time to be on social media, and that's the best way. You want to be spending your time taking care of your clients and not looking at your screen. So that's good.
Yes. My business phone number is 703-653-0567. And I do have a virtual assistant named Kate, and she is very helpful to help answer any questions and get people scheduled. And, when you work with your hands, you can't always get the phone. So
no, you cannot. I thought getting an Apple Watch would help because I could say, I can't talk right now. I'll call you back later. But it's still a struggle with all of that. So is there any question that you've been dying to know, or is there anything that you would like to say to end the call? Is there any comments that you have about the course or any questions you have for me that you would like answered?
Well, I would like to know a little bit more about athletes' feet. I know that we're getting that. And, there are times where it's like you want to help a little bit. And I think that that's a challenge. And you can certainly address that in the global
Yes.
Facebook group. I think there's some issues there. I think for me, I am so thankful that I took the course. I couldn't be more grateful. It has turned this nail technician career into something I didn't see coming. And I think we're on the forefront of something big. And I'm so happy to be kind of like a little Lori. I mean, the appointments just keep coming, so I couldn't be more thankful. I thought about it taking the course for about 2 hours, and it was a reward for myself for, having started nail school a year ago. I don't regret it. I think if anybody is on the fence and they want to do more detailed work and they want to be specialized in something that nobody else is doing, and they have the environment to support this type of clientele, then there's no reason to wait. I mean, you make it very easy for us with the payment program. I think the course is worth way more than I paid for it. And
well, thank you so much. You're so kind. And, I'm just as grateful to have people who have taken to the course and who share their appreciation for it. I know I still have it on special, and it's because I just want to grow as many people to help other people as possible right now. The course is inching toward regular price, and we'll get there eventually. But I just want to say thank you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the value that's in it is crazy. I mean, it took me a year and a half to create all of that, to write the outlines, to film it, to edit it, to create the website. I mean, it was very, very time consuming, especially because I still do work in the salon full time. So But it was worth it, and I'm glad I did it. I didn't want to retire from this business without sharing the knowledge that I have absorbed and learned over the past 27 years. I just wouldn't have felt right about that. So I'm just grateful that I have you guys who have come and are now absorbing all of that content and spreading the good work all around to your clients. So
We
thank
have
you.
you. We have the Facebook group. You know, I'm pretty active in there. I know if we get hung up on something, we know that we can reach out. So it's
Yeah.
having this special group of like-minded people is it's great. So I knew that right there would be every bit of value of what I paid for the course, and it has.
Good. I'm so glad. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Tracy, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to visit my channel. People like you are the reason for my success, and I appreciate it so much. But remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the latest videos. Remember, it is free, and I'll see you next time.